Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2025 BMW M240i. This model is finished off in skyscraper gray metallic. MSRP is just over $57,000. There's two options for this model, the M Sport Pro package as well as the premium package too. And we'll start off underneath the hood, where this is powered by the 3-liter twin power turbo inline 6. It is only paired to the 8-speed automatic. It pumps out 382 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque. Now this model is rear-wheel drive. 0 to 60 is right around 4 seconds. Top speed is 155 miles an hour. Now as we take a look at the exterior styling, for the 25-year model, the only difference up front is the M logo is now in the lower section. Everything else is pretty much the same. There's LEDs for all the lighting, lots of gloss black too. So it's on the grille surround where there's active grille shutters, very large inlets in the lower section too, along with parking sensors. And then there's some nice lines coming down the hood to give it a great look. This also has a set of two-tone wheels with the red M Sport brakes. There's power folding side mirrors, which have the turn signal. There's a moonroof up top, gloss black for all of the window trim, and then a flush mounted design for the door handles there. Really nice lower side skirt too, just to give it a little bit more of a wide body appearance. And then in back, there's the backup camera, LEDs for all the lighting, parking sensors, gloss black, and this also has remote start, so you can use the key fob for that. Now with the trunk, it's very lightweight. You have a good bit of space. You can also fold down the back seats. You have a storage net here, some tie downs too, and then 2 grab handles up top. There's also gloss black for the trunk lid there. Now as we work our way to the interior, this has a really nice design with all the gloss, or with all the leather, the red stitching, power folding side mirrors, memory seating adjustments, trunk release, and storage down below. And then a really cool design for the two-tone seats. They are automatic with the one manual adjustment for the leg support. You do have another manual control to flip up the backrest, and from there, the seat is going to move forwards. So at 5'10", I can hop into the back, where you have vents, a little bit of storage, you have an armrest too. At 5'10", my head is just touching the headliner, so I could ride around town and be comfortable. Maybe not go on a long road trip, but at least I could ride back here if I needed to. And then you do have the center seat that will fold down if you need to. Really cool accents too on the trim panel there, which mimics up front there too. Now as we hop up front, we'll start this up, where the only interior change is the flat bottom design for the steering wheel. So it's finished off in leather, red stripe up top. There's paddle shifters on both sides, volume tuning, Bluetooth and voice commands, and then cruise control settings on the left. Now if you use this button right in the middle, this allows you to go through a lot of information within the gauge cluster. And you can also change the layout too. So just depending on how you'd like to view that information, you have a few different settings. And the last one is for the head-up display. So you can go through all of those settings there. Now there's headlight adjustments with a dimmer switch, one air vent, and then with the infotainment system, your home screen has the split design to it. So you can go through all of this, and the lower section is fixed. So you can always get to your phone, always can get into these icons where you have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a lot of others, just depending on how you like to customize this. There's all the climate adjustments, navigation, and music. And then this model has heated seats, a heated steering wheel, and there's temperature adjustments on both sides. There's carbon fiber for the interior trim, along with some lighting, vents underneath that. There's power and volume tuning and defrosters. And then you can open up the carbon fiber lid where there's wireless charging, cup holders, and auxiliaries. Now you do have physical buttons down below to further get through all of this information. And then this model does not have the 360 camera system, so you just have the backup camera with the sensors. There's drive and sport mode, and then park located behind that. There's traction control, parking sensors, engine start stop, and then a few different driving modes, which will change the throttle response. So depending on how you would like to drive. Auto hold in the e-brake, there's auxiliaries and storage. You get more storage in the glove box, and then garage door buttons up top, and the controls for the sunshade and sunroof. And then here's a look at visibility. It's pretty easy to see over both shoulders. You have large windows there, so you have plenty of visibility for this coupe. And we're still in sport mode, second gear. Here we go. And of course, this has a lot more potential than what I'm doing today, but you can crank out some serious power with the 240. In its stock form though, it is still going to be a quick coupe. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the latest generation M240i. Paddles are also very responsive too. We have a very quick shifting transmission for this model, and you can really see that shine in sport mode. If I put it back into drive now, it even revs out just a little bit higher. It'll hold that gear a little bit. So if you're doing some more performance driving, you can do that, or you can just dial it down and be a little bit more comfortable, especially in stop and go traffic. So it's nice that you can cater the driving and the feel of it to the conditions and the road that you are on. But it's a very nice vehicle. This is something that I actually had one on order. I had an M240 last year. I decided to cancel it, just went a different way, but driving it again, this could be something fun to add to the channel. What do you guys think? My brother has owned 2 Toyota Supras. He had an automatic, he had a manual, and this would be kind of a similar platform. We just have back seats now. So a little bit more practical, and you can do a lot of the same modding and tuning to this. So comment down below. Just on a side note, would you like to see one of these on the channel? Maybe I should order another one. I thought about an M2. I'm just not ready to step up to that level as a second car yet. But the 240, definitely a great family style vehicle. Not the biggest, of course, but for a coupe, just gives you a little bit of added practicality. Put car seats in the back, put extra people. It also has a pretty tight turning radius too. So this is definitely a fun car. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you guys can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.